About 2:15 in the afternoon from a friend of Breanna's. She was staying the night over at her house. They had been getting ready to go meet another friend for a doctor's appointment. And she called and told me, she said, Breanna grabbed her chest and told me that she was hurting, grabbed her chest, and fell. She said, paramedics are here working on her, and they won't let me go up and see her. And that's the call that no parent wants. The chief of the fire department was somebody, luckily, that I went to school with. So I pulled up, jumped out of the car, and told him, I said, it's my daughter. And he said, come here. And he took Bobby and I aside, away from everybody else. And he said, she's okay. When we got here, she didn't have a pulse, and we worked on her for an additional 18 minutes before we were able to get a faint pulse. They had to shock her twice and give her the adrenaline before they were able to get her back. And they were unsure, of course, at that time, what kind of damage, if any, that there was, because she had been without oxygen for so long. Like I said, the paramedics had worked for at least 18 minutes. But when the young girl called 911 originally, she said that she had been transferred 3 times because we were right on the Saginaw-Fort Worth line and nobody knew who needed to help. Whenever she would come to, whenever they would take the medication away, she would come awake, and she could acknowledge that somebody was in the room. She would follow you from side to side, shake her head yes or no, smile, but the doctors were saying, this is as good as it's going to get. This is what we've got.
I remember the neurosurgeon at the time came into Breanna's room, and he didn't say, which is unheard of nowadays in times, especially for a doctor or for a nurse to come in and pray for you, or even ask to pray because of the limitations they had. But he came in and he looked at Tanya and I after he examined Breanna just very briefly. He'd been in so many times before, and he said, I'm going to pray for your daughter right now. By the time he came back, Breanna had really made a lot of progress. Her speaking was tremendous, just very much improved. I really couldn't even understand her the last time he saw her. And he took Tanya out in the hallway, and he pointed at Breanna's room, and he said, that is God. That was how tremendously the Lord must have just laid his hand upon Breanna for her to make that type of progress.
I woke up in a dark place, and hell is your biggest fear, and for me it is being in the dark alone. I just didn't know what to do, and I just started praying, and there was a light. It was so bright, it just lit up everything, and around me was just grass. The second I saw the light, I knew it was God, and God told me, asked me why I did what I did. So I gave my honest answer, and just said, God, I am so sorry. I said, I don't know why I did the things I did. Now I'm here with you. I'm so sorry. I took advantage of what you gave me, and what you gave me was my life. But in my head, I heard everyone praying for me. And I tried to reach out and touch him, and when I did, my fingertips went numb. And an angel came, and she took me back to the hospital, and I was in the back corner of the room. I saw my mom, my sister laying on my bed, Bobby, and after that, the angel told me that I had a choice. And once I made this choice, there was no going back. That I either had to stay, or I could go back to my mom and all y'all. So I went over and was just watching everyone for a little bit, 'cause it's like a hard decision once you're in heaven, because when you're in heaven, it's different. When you go to heaven, you don't see people you don't know. It's your family and who you consider family. It's hard to even describe how beautiful it was.
Once you've been in God's presence, you'll never be the same.